So if you are thinking of starting using Davinci Resolve, you have just made a right decision, because this is one of the best post-production software that can give you most useful tools in one place for things such as editing, color grading, graphic designing, and audio editing. So if you're opening Davinci Resolve for the first time, this is exactly what you're gonna see. Actually, this is not exactly what you're gonna see. You're gonna have probably untitled project here. Everything else it won't be there. These are all my recent projects that I've been doing. This is where your projects are being served in the library, pretty much there. So if you click the list view button here, you're gonna see much more details like the formats, frame rates. But if you come to the thumbnail view here and you click the information button here, you're gonna see the rest of the details that are being shown in the list view. This is how you are probably gonna have when you open the Davinci Resolve. In the media window, where I can access all my externals here, or my storage, you can preview your files here. There are lots here. I cannot tell you everything, otherwise we're gonna spend much more time here, but you can explore them slowly. There are plenty of options of importing. Add folder into Media or add folder and subfolders into Media. There are many ways that you can import, or you can import direct from here, and you can import Bing media XML if you have timeline or anything else. But for me, I pretty much, if I'm starting my new project, I just use this add folder and subfolders into Media. So the software will import everything that has been created in your storage, and there are several ways that you can actually preview this. So the list view, of course, the thumbnail view. The dual viewer mode, if you click here, it gives you two screens. The one that you are editing on the timeline and the one in the Media pool, that you can have two screens at the same time. So if you come to the editing page here, you're gonna have the Media pool here, you're gonna have the effects and index and sound library. There's an expand button here. If you click it, you're gonna expand the effect window, or you can expand the timeline. But for me, I always prefer to expand the more room on the timeline here. And on this side here, there's a quick export, there's a mixer that you can see here, but also there's an inspector here that you can do lots of adjustment. Here you have all the tools that you need for your editing. And if you come here, this is where you can disable or enable or use the original footage or proxies. This icon right here is where you can bypass the effects or color grading that has been added in the footage. This is before, this is after. Of course, again, you can have different options of timeline here, audio and video options. This is with audio from. So you can, let me just do this so you can see this without, this with. And if you click here, you're gonna show you all the other timeline that you have here. It gives you even option of adding another timeline. So you can just do this, and then you can just go back to your old timeline. The struct hates like expanding your timeline, video and audio, of course. Just click away and it goes away. So you see here the effect, transition and image are blank, just because we haven't added any transition or effect or anything. If you click here on the effect, let's say CCTV here, this is where you're gonna have now much more control of the effects. So you can just do the control here, and if we don't want it, you just delete from here. If you add a transition here, so let's just do one transition. Even if you don't click it, this is where you're gonna have much more controls of your transition that you have been added. And if you wanna remove the transition, you just click the transition here, click the backspace button, and it will go away. This is Fusion right here. So Fusion is where you can do a lot of graphics, titles, text and everything. With the color grading page, this is what you're gonna pretty much see. Of course, you are not gonna have all these nodes. I've just created them unless you create them. And you're gonna have the camera roll. If you shoot your clip in the roll, you're gonna have more options here. And of course, the color match. And in the color wheel, of course, you're gonna have the color bar here and log wheel. This is HDR panel. This is how it looks. You can have more control here. This is the RGB mixer. This is the motion effect. The curves custom, the wrap, and the color picker, power window. This is where your LUTs are going to located. So if you click here, you're gonna have lots of LUTs, everything you need here, like Sony, Red, and even Olympus and everything else. And this is where the gallery is. This button here, it gives you option to hide or to see the clips on your timeline. So for instance, like if you come back to the timeline here, and let's say we come to the media pool and add this clip here, and then come to the color page here, you see, and then this is where our clip can be seen. But anything else which is not on the timeline, we cannot see here. But so if you click this button here, and of course you're gonna have to click the version and original, you're going to see the before and after. So if you click here, this is before, this is after. And if you click on the HQ button here, of course you can still proxy if you have generated, or original, or disable all the proxy. And here is the button where you can bypass your effects or color grading that you have done. You can have much more control of your nodes here. Give the thumbnail, which I'm always not prefer, because for me I'm not using, I love to have more space, so I always use disable thumbnails and not showing the thumbnails. This is how I'm gonna have the small nodes. This is how I love it. And if you come to the light box, you're gonna have all the footage here that you've been editing. Maybe for right now we only have one, so just click it back. And how to access your scopes, of course, this is where you have to click to access your scope. So if you click here, this is what's gonna happen, and then you can click the expand button here, and this is what you're gonna see. And of course you have much more controls here. You can choose to have only one scope, or dual, or code view. So this is what you're gonna pretty much see. On each window here, you can choose which one you want to see. For instance, I can choose here parade, and I can choose here CIE chromatic, and this is what you're gonna see. So you're pretty much in control of everything. So if you come to the Fairlight here, this is where you're gonna have much more control and edit of your audio. This is a control room for your audio, so you can do as much audio editing as possible. And this is all your audio effects, and this is where the delivery page. So this is after doing everything. Now you want to export. There are all options of what format you want to export, like H.264 master, H.264 hyperdeck, H.265 ProRes, HQ, and YouTube 1080, Vimeo, including the XML for Final Cut and Premiere. And here you're gonna have much more rooms to export single files or individuals, or other formats you want to export. And of course you can restrict the quality. So let's say I want to export this, so I'm just taking this to the here, and then I save. So if I click add it to render here, this is where it comes. So I just render, and then it goes right there. And of course I can do some adjustment here, blah 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 blah. So if maybe let's say I want to restrict it to 5,000, and then I just update the job, boom, or add another one to have two versions. And then I click render, and then it won't take long, boom, it's done. And then I can access my file wherever I've sent it to. And of course here at the workspace, you can have different control of your workspace. Like you can either switch to workspace from here, or you can just come here and switch to either Fairlight or media or editing page by doing that. Or you can use shortcuts. Of course, the show page here, you can choose what to show below here. For instance, if you click media, so here it's gonna disappear the media. But if we want to show it, this is what we're gonna have. So you're pretty much in control of each and everything. My name is Kitundu Jonathan. Kindly give me the like, smash the notification button, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know in the comment what you want to learn next.